So into the first round then. This contest between boxers from Cuba and Georgia. The southpaw wearing red is the reigning, defending, three-time World Championship gold medalist. A two-time Olympic bronze medalist in Rio last summer and London 2012 as well. That is Lázaro Álvarez, 26 years of age, the #1 ranked boxer in the world, and the tournament #1 seed. The boxer wearing blue, tucking up behind a high-held guard as he gets onto the front foot and tries to work away to the body. He's Otar Eranosyan, ranked #40 in the world, and he is 24 years of age, competing in his second World Boxing Championships.
He's a real crowd pleaser, isn't he, Eranosyan? Comes forward, hands nice and high, but he's prepared to take a shot to actually land one. And very strong indeed. And again, it could be a case of Álvarez hit and move tactics, most certainly. If he holds his feet, that really brings the Georgian into it. So a classic contest in terms of the styles, but who will overcome the other?
Álvarez has been brilliant in the tournament so far, by in the first preliminary round as Eranosyan looking for that left hook to the body, but was long with the shot. Hitting Álvarez with his ribcage, in the ribcage with his forearm. Launching that same shot again.
You see, that was quite poor there from Eranosyan, the way he's just walking forward. He's got to move his head a lot more, Ronald. He's got to avoid the punches as he's coming forward. If there's no head movement, then he's going to get caught. And remember, he's got to protect that right eye. It's soon going to open up, and I think it has already, you know. Yeah,
I think there is indeed blood leaking from that right eye injury, one that he brought into the boxing ring. The referee indicating that that injury has been caused by a cut. So the reopening of the punch, excuse me. So the reopening of the injury here in the first round of this semi-final has been caused by a punch. If this injury causes the bout to be stopped, it will be victory by a TKOI, technical knockout injury, in favor of the defending champion. Eranosyan is aware of that, and it looks to be pretty bad, and that's why he's increased the tempo in his work.
Yeah, that's what he's doing here now, Eranosyan. It's an all-or-nothing approach, and he's just got to try and stop or knock out his opponent, and that's why he's on the front foot and he's really going for it. But it's going to be very difficult indeed.
Well, Álvarez remaining composed in the face of these front foot assaults, but Eranosyan relentless in his pursuit, trying to bob and weave his way in, but each time he gets up close, well, he's only falling into the body of Álvarez and not working away. Now he tries to bring an uppercut through the middle. Álvarez increases the distance and scores with a cracking southpaw left. Almost pinned on the ropes, but pirouettes out to the space of center ring. Eranosyan back in his shorts once again. And a very good round of boxing in the face of some aggressive front footwork from Lázaro Álvarez. This man, well, the cut has opened up. That's just adding to the size of the task that he's trying to accomplish here.
I mean, this is the world semi-final, but that corner, the Georgian corner, are going to have to think long and hard about sending their boxer out, because if they can't stop the flow of blood that's in a bad position, it's going to run into the eye and it's going to affect his vision, and so they've got to protect the boxer, and it would be an awful shame. But I just think he was a little bit careless in that first round, the way he was going forward, no head movements, and gets caught. But nevertheless, it's a bad injury anyway coming into. I mean, look at it, look at the cut, Ronald. It's a bad injury anyway coming into a contest, but this is the world semi-final. But they've got to watch what they're doing here. If they can't stop the flow of blood, then they'll have to pull him out, or the referee will.
So into the second round then, Lázaro Álvarez looking to get to work with straight punches between the high-held hands of the man in blue. He's charging forwards once again and burrowing away with punches to the body. And the referee from India speaking in no uncertain terms to Eranosyan about potential careless use of the head. Álvarez looking to pick his punches once again.
He keeps concentrating on this right hand, Eranosyan, but he should be looking for the left hook. I think, Ronald, left hook, right hand, left hook, whichever way you choose, but the left hook, he may have some success with that, because Álvarez, very relaxed lead hand, as a lot of the Cubans do have, but he's got to find a little bit of room and space on the inside, and that's the problem Eranosyan has got here. It's all right coming forward, but you've got to try and create a bit of space on the inside to punch. And look, see, that's his problem. Look, he's getting a little bit too close there. Trying to get him tied up on the inside. Difficult night for him here.
Oh, terrific right hand. It was a reverse 1-2 from Alvarez. Good right hand from the man in blue, but he was countered immediately by the Cuban world champion. And again, wonderful work with a southpaw left from Alvarez, electing to hold his feet and then putting a 4-shot combination together, ending on a stiff right jab, which swiveled the head of Eranosyan sideways. Midpoint of the second round, Eranosyan remains on the front foot in pursuit of his man. Alvarez ties him up, walks him back out to the center of the ring. Eranosyan not working away, his right hand's tied up by Alvarez. Alvarez performed the salute, putting his left glove to his temple to block that right hook that was fired in by the man in blue.
See, in terms of ring position and getting your opponent where you want him, that's what Eranosyan's got to do in terms of getting his opponent back onto the ropes. He needs to just restrict the movements of Alvarez, who's very comfortable from the centre of the ring, using the ring space. So you've got to try and corner him or actually get him back onto the ropes. But look, the eye has deteriorated a little bit more. Referee is going to have another look. The doctor. No, he's just wiped it. I think he's okay. But he's got to try and get Alvarez onto those ropes.
So inside the final minute of this second round, Alvarez standing still on the ropes once again, shooting out straight punches. The referee speaking to Alvarez about keeping his head up, but surely his head was being pulled down. Regardless, they carry on. Eranosyan looking to score with arcing punches, bobbing and weaving his way inside. That right cross wasn't too far away, but he was fed a straight shot by Alvarez. Wonderful 1-2 combination again from the reigning champion before he turned underneath and landed a hard left uppercut to the solar plexus. Good punch picking by Alvarez, keeping this man in blue at bay. Terrific combination punching. And again, the head of Eranosyan being buffeted by these accurate pot shots, sneaking between the man in blue's guard.
Well, he's got the will, Eranosyan, but he just can't find the way, basically. He can't find the quality punches on the inside, but you've got to give him 100% for his effort. Coming forward here, just gets caught with the shot coming in. He shot just a bit of a scuffing punch on the side of Alvarez's face there, but this is where he's got to try and keep Alvarez on the ropes. But Alvarez himself catches his opponent and then spins away. So that was good boxing skills from the Cuban. That's why he's a world champion. He's come across every style there is, and he's dealt with it. Trying to motivate their man there, aren't they?
So we're in the third and final round of this 64-kilogram, this 60-kilogram lightweight semi-final. Hard right hand landed by the man in blue. He followed up with a left hook, was a decent shot, but now the punch accuracy again in evidence from Lázaro Alvarez out of that southpaw stance, walking his man onto punches. Eranosyan knows no other way but to wage his way forwards and look to land hurting shots with the bent arm. But in doing so, he's having some success, but he's walking on to the terrifically precise pot shots of Lázaro Alvarez.
Well, he's just staying on the outside now, Eranosyan, because I think he was hurt with a good body shot there from Alvarez. And look, Alvarez is looking for it again. That left uppercut, he caught him with a cracking shot, and it just made Eranosyan just go back on the outside a little bit. He's got time to recover and get over that, but he's definitely hurt by a good punch there with the man in blue.
Nudging little uppercut through the guard to the solar plexus from Alvarez. And again, a short left hand gets through the defenses of Eranosyan. Eranosyan walking his man down once again, but he's smothering his own work here. That's a little bit naughty. Hitting on the break after the referee had said stop was Eranosyan. Bulldozing his way back inside once again. Not giving himself room to work in these previous couple of attacks when he gets up to the type of territory where he wants to be.
Yeah, Eranosyan again coming forward, throwing everything into it. Probably got to use his double jab a little bit more. That was a better punch. He's still going for it.
beyond the halfway stage of this third and final round as Alvarez touches down once again after being lent on by Eranosyan. Vocal support up in the stands here at the Hamburg Sporthalle. And you get the sense that time isn't on Eranosyan's side, so the more time he spends in a clinch, well, that's just going to increase the difficulty of his task. He needs to be working away. Left uppercut whipped through the middle from Alvarez. Alvarez skidding backwards and to his right and continuing to peck and poke with these accurate punches.
Good punching, you know, from Alvarez there. Great left hand. He concentrates, he waits for Eranosyan to come into range, and then he fires, and then he adjusts his feet again on the outside. Clever boxing, that's why he's a world champion and Olympic bronze medalist. And he's good under pressure, isn't he, Alvarez? You've got to give him credit, because Eranosyan, he's just been on that front foot since the opening bell, but Alvarez, he's handled that pressure.
So 10-second clapper indicating that we're in the closing stages of the third and final round. It's been an absorbing contest between two boxers with contrasting styles, but there can be little doubt that Lázaro Alvarez will be on his way through to contest his fourth consecutive World Championship final. High fives all around in that red corner after a very composed display in the face of some really aggressive front foot fighting from Eranosyan, who did land a couple of good punches, but he was picked off by far more than he landed.
Yes, I think he did land some good shots in that round, Eranosyan, but I was impressed with Alvarez's work also on that back foot, handling the pressure, hitting and moving, and his accuracy as well was very good at times, the Cuban world champ. So yeah, it was a tremendous contest, clash of styles like we've said, but I think the Cuban has got this one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner by unanimous decision. In the red corner, representing Cuba.
So Lázaro Alvarez, a unanimous points decision winner over the incredibly game Otar Eranosyan from Georgia. The 40th ranked boxer in the world goes home with a World Championship bronze. A terrific performance by him, eliminating seeds on his way through to this Final Four stage. But the man who will go through to the World Championship final once again for the fourth tournament in succession is the 26-year-old from Havana, Lázaro Alvarez, looking to continue his outstanding run in this tournament and reclaim the lightweight title that he won in such impressive fashion in Doha 2 years ago.
There can be no complaints from Eranosyan. He gave it absolutely everything. He was just beaten by the better boxer tonight. Quality opponent in Alvarez. But he can be proud of that bronze medal. He did really well, but it just wasn't to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present the men's lightweight bout number 217. The judges are from USA, Poland, Sri Lanka, Uzbekistan, and from Hungary. Referee of this round is from Lithuania, Eranosyan. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome for the red corner, representing Mongolia,
So pounding his gloves before entering the spotlight of the arena is Dorjnyambuu from Mongolia, ranked number 4 in the world, the tournament number 3 seed, and the reigning Olympic bronze medalist here contesting his 4th World Championship.
Representing France, Oumiha.
His opponent, wearing blue, is ranked number 3 in the world. He's the Olympic silver medalist from Rio 2016, and these two men met at the semi-final stage of the Olympic Games last summer at Rio Centro Pavilion 6. And given the positions that they finally occupied on the rostrum, well, perhaps easy to deduce that it was the man in the other corner who prevailed. Dorjnyambuu looking for a measure of revenge here. A beautiful victory over the man from Venezuela, Luis Angel Cabrera, to progress through to this semi-final stage. Soufiane Oumiha, the Olympic silver medalist, competing in his second AIBA World Boxing Championships here. He was a quarter-finalist 2 years ago. Unanimous points decision win over Yuri Shestak of Ukraine at the quarter-final stage. Can he make it through to a second successive global championship final? So we're underway then, 60-kilogram lightweight action at the semi-final stage of the 2017 AIBA World Boxing Championships, and the boxer wearing red onto the front foot immediately, scoring with left jabs and a right hand, got behind the guard as well. The man who countered with a shot over the top is the man in blue, Soufiane Oumiha. 5 feet 9 inches tall, 22 years of age, and what a brisk start. Scoring to both head and body is Gondolai Dorjnyambuu, the reigning Asian Championship bronze medalist, completing his full set of medals from that continental event earlier this summer. Terrific counter shot from Oumiha.
Well, Oumiha is a boxer, Ronald, that if you allow him to get into his rhythm, he's very good indeed. And that's why the Mongolians here, they've done their homework. They know all about him. Obviously, they've boxed before in the Olympic Games. And Dorjnyambuu here has gone right on that front foot, and that's tactically to try and disrupt the rhythm of the Frenchman. But now Oumiha is starting to find the target again. But it's a positive start from the man in red. Can he keep it going? Because Oumiha now is starting to find his range a little bit better. But it's been a cracking start from the Mongolian.
Oumiha just shaking out that right hand as he prepares to launch it and pick off the advancing Dorjnyambuu. There it was again, but it's the straight shots and the corkscrew variety as well getting through from Dorjnyambuu. There's a trace of red around his left eye. We saw on the close-up as he entered the arena that he was bringing injuries into the ring, and it looks as though one of them has opened already. And that is why the referee is calling up the doctor, and the injury has been opened by a punch. So if this injury to the left eye causes the bout to be stopped, we will not be going to the scorecards. It will be a stoppage by injury. So Dorjnyambuu now dealing with the adversity of an eye injury.
I'll tell you what though, Ron, you've got to have it just shows you've got to have a little bit of luck in this tournament, especially without the head guards, because that could have come in the previous contest from a head clash, and now it's been opened up again by a punch. But you need a bit of luck to go 4 or 5 times and win this tournament. You need a bit of luck on your side.
Targeting the right hand is Oumiha, not able to find the range during that particular backward movement across the ring. And again, he's continuing to target it, and that one did get through from the man in blue. Oh, terrific 4-shot salvo from Oumiha. Dorjnyambuu tried to counter.
It's been a fairly good start from Dorjnyambuu, but his problem is his left hand is too low, Ronald, as he's coming forward, and he keeps getting caught by a super right-hand counter by Oumiha. And that's mainly because Dorjnyambuu, as he's coming forward, the left hand's too low, he's open to a right-hand counter.
Again, there's a trace of red visible around the left eye of the reigning Asian Championship bronze medalist. Launching a big right hand. It was countered by a neat little uppercut on the inside from Oumiha. Oumiha trying to tempt his man in before launching that right hand lead again. Invariably throwing that shot first, not even measuring it with the jab, but confident that his timing and his range will be spot on. Very good opening round of boxing. A bright start from Dorjnyambuu. Oumiha settled into his work as the round progressed.
He certainly got better as the round went on, this fella, reigning Olympic silver medalist. Some good work from Dorjnyambuu coming forward, but Oumiha eventually started to find his range, catching his opponent with right hands. Just gets caught there. There's just a right hand that just misses the target, just scrapes the target, if you like. So a positive start from this fella. But the French corner will be fairly happy at how their man responded towards the end of it. Close round.
Round 2.
So we're into the second round then. This is a rematch of the Olympic semi-final. And immediately, Oumiha, the reigning Olympic silver medalist, scoring with a long right hand. Again, standing and waiting for the advancing boxer in red before launching counter-attacks. He got his feet completely in a tangle there, did Dorjnyambuu, going tottering across the ring. But well, again, it was courtesy of a shot.
It was definitely courtesy of a shot. There was a tremendous right hand there from Oumiha, accurate with that punch, and I think Dorjnyambuu was a little bit off balance with it, but nevertheless, good punch from the Frenchman again. He's got a terrific right hand counter, Oumiha, accurate with it. And I just think Dorjnyambuu, he's got to start probably moving to his right a little bit more as he attacks. He just keeps walking on to that right hand counter. He's got a low lead hand, as we've said, and if you're moving to the left also, you're going to get caught with it. There it is again, look.
Dorjnyambuu adopting a low held guard. Now that's a wonderful 1-2 from him, and the backhand had plenty of pop behind it. Stamping that front foot, feinting with that counter left hook from Oumiha. Wasn't too far away before he skittered away to his left. So change in pattern now, as Dorjnyambuu isn't as committed with his front foot assault, and he's trying to counter the lead that he's attempting to draw. Now, has Oumiha got an injury? Struggling to see. He indeed is shrugging, because he's not as though he's feeling anything, but the doctor called up. Safety of the boxers paramount, of course. Just keen to see what in fact has happened there. There was pressure being applied to the forehead of the man in blue. We'll keep a close eye on it from our ringside position here.
Good counter punching now from Oumiha, just waiting, holding his ground against his opponent. Wants his opponent to throw the first shot, then he comes back with fast counters, fast right hand. Dorjnyambuu, as he's working with that jab, when he throws his right hand, that's when he's got to get his left hand back into the on-guard position to block that right hand counter. He keeps doing some good work with his own right hand, but as he's throwing it, look, he's walking onto the right hand time and again. So as he's coming forward, throwing that left hand, he's got to then get it back up to the on-guard position before he throws his right.
So again, Dorjnyambuu wasn't too far away with that right hand over the top. Two men fencing with the lead hands, counter right hands, a good shot from Oumiha. Oumiha really has relied on that right hand throughout this contest. As he tries an upward left jab, his hands down by his knees now. And again, Dorjnyambuu just being picked off by these shots. Terrific accuracy on the straight punching from the man in blue. And another competitive round of boxing. But this man continually tagged by the right hand of the man in blue.
A good response again from the Frenchman. Right on left hook, thrown there. Left hook didn't land. Let's have a look here. Good shot over the top from Dorjnyambuu, but then Oumiha comes back. Misses with that counter. Good jabs from both boxers. He just needs a bit more defence from Dorjnyambuu as he's coming forward. A better defence, should I say.
So into the third and final round then. In this battle between multiple national champions of their respective nations. Soufiane Oumiha, a 5-time national championship gold medalist in France. Dorjnyambuu has taken 6 national titles in Mongolia. Terrifically experienced individuals, only 1 place between them in the rankings. Oumiha has been installed as a tournament #2 seed here. Dorjnyambuu, the #1 seed. And these men are fighting, Dorjnyambuu, the number 3 seed, and they're fighting to see who will face off against the number 1 seed, Lázaro Alvarez, in the gold medal bout. Good right hand from Dorjnyambuu. Oumiha tried to counter but was short of the mark. Good right hand though from the man in blue, and he raised his right hand, just demonstrating to the judges that, yeah, I thought that was a clean shot.
He's got very fast reactions, hasn't he, Oumiha? Just stands and holds his ground, but then he comes back. So he wants his opponent to land the first shot, or throw the first punch, should I say, and then he comes back with very fast counters indeed. Look, there he is again, look. Occasionally he'll counter-attack also, he'll beat Dorjnyambuu to the punch, but fast reactions, fast reflexes, good reflexes from Oumiha. This is a belting contest, it really is. Dorjnyambuu playing his part, some good right hands landed from him. Although he just inaccurate with that shot there.
So beyond the halfway point of the third and final round, lead left hook wasn't too far away from Dorjnyambuu. Marked up around both thighs now. Left hook lands on the inside, both of them raising single gloves, saying, yeah, I caught my opponent with that particular forward foray. On the back foot is Oumiha, low left hand, trying to lure his man in. Pecking and poking with a jab is Dorjnyambuu.
It's one of those sort of contests, Ron, that they will probably both think they've won this at the end. It is quite close. The better quality work, I think, is coming from Oumiha, but Dorjnyambuu has been on that front foot through the whole of the contest, and the judges might like that. But I do feel that both of them will probably feel that they've done enough to win.
Nice evasive manoeuvres on the ropes from Oumiha. Dorjnyambuu not able to tag him when walking him back to that position of confinement. Really committed to a right hand, was short of the mark. Oumiha was momentarily square on the ropes as the two men tempting and teasing and shaping and feinting once again, but that's a good right hand from Dorjnyambuu. But Oumiha indicating that he landed his own shot as well.
They both probably landed simultaneously there, Ron. Good punches. Oh, again, quality work.
And it's both ways as well. Both men landing. What a contest. Wonderful rematch. And the fans in attendance here treated to an enthralling bout in the 60-kilogram lightweight division. We expected it would be high quality, just as their semi-final was in Rio last summer, and it did not disappoint. Two skillful, experienced men. And the winner will be progressing through to contest championship gold. How will the 5 scoring judges see this one? That was the contest in microcosm. Each boxer enjoying success.
Yeah, good contest indeed. It's what the judges prefer. I just thought the better quality shots probably came from Oumiha, but both landing with punches there simultaneously. And like I said before, they will both think they've done enough to win this. It's what those judges prefer. I think the man in blue is going to get it, but it wouldn't surprise me if he went the other way.
The winner by unanimous decision. In the blue corner.
And it's Sofyan Oumiha, the tournament's number 2 seed, gets a repeat victory over the man he bested at the Olympic semi-final stage. And that's how he did it. A unanimous points decision win, 3 points on 4 scorecards, 1 point on the card of 1 observer. And nice to see this sporting gesture. Oumiha holding the ropes open for the man he has bested in this their second meeting, just as he did in the first. Dorjnyambuu comes away with a World Championship bronze. His best performance at a World Championships in this, his 4th appearance in an AIBA global event. So he gets a World Championship bronze to add to the Olympic bronze. Oumiha now, the Olympic silver medalist, will come away with at least World Championship silver, as the tournament number 1 and number 2 seeds will do battle for championship gold in tomorrow's final.